I've got to tell you about a trance mediumship experience that I had this past weekend. So I was at the Healing Brew in Akron, Ohio for a whole weekend of metaphysical event stuff. On Saturday night, we did a trance mediumship demonstration. I brought through 2 of my spirit guides that I have blended with and brought through numerous times. They were both pretty chatty and had a lot to say. No big deal though. But then this huge deity type energy steps in. All of a sudden I felt myself kind of lurch forward and like my hands did this weird thing and I had this giant voice, which I have had happen before when I have brought through deities, especially male deities. But the way the energy blends when it's a masculine energy is so crazy to me because I definitely am very much a feminine vibration. So female deities tend to just be like, blend right in, no big deal. This, game changer. I knew whatever this was coming through was not human. So all of a sudden I hear myself say hello, like I'm like taking these big giant deep breaths. By the way, I had to listen to it. I had to go back and listen. And I'm saying hello. My conscious mind, gone. I don't really remember a whole lot. It's like a dream where you wake up and go, wow, that was crazy. But then like half an hour later, you have no recollection. So I just got the recording from Michael, one of the owners at the Healing Brew. This deity introduced himself as Anu. And I didn't know who that was. He said he was coming to them as an eagle, which led me to believe that maybe he wasn't actually a talking eagle, but for whatever reason, his message was laced with lots of things like spreading your wings and flying, and had a lot of really deep messages for the people in the room. And then when we talked about it later, the people in the room were like, it got really cold in here suddenly, and you could feel the energy coming off of me and permeating the room. This is wild stuff. Every time I do it, I'm shocked every time. So we finish up. It takes me, I almost feel dizzy. That's how big of an energy this was. And usually after I do trance channeling, I'm not that physically affected. It might take me a minute to get reoriented, but like 1 minute tops. Good 15 minutes before I was fully back. That's how big of an energy this was. So he said his name was Anu. Okay, I said that before. I just finally got around to listening to that recording today. And I was like, Anu, I wonder if he's like legit. I wonder if it's like a thing. So I just did a Google search for Anu, A-N-U. Here's what I found. Anu was actually a thing and means sky or heaven. King of the gods, sky father, remembering he was actually in eagle form. Now, if you know me, also, we have one more thing to talk about. If you know me, you know I am all about my crowns, right? I love my crowns. But I never use my crowns in like trance demonstration or trance mediumship. Because quite frankly, that's the first time I've ever done trance mediumship in that kind of setting like that, where it wasn't just classmates. But I was told I needed to wear my crown. And it's the brand new one that I just got that has so much energy to it. And it actually represents a character that is like this giant, massive energy in a book that I'm like obsessed with. And look, the symbol, horned crown on a pedestal. What the heck? One of the other things that he talked about through the trance process is he said he was many, many centuries old. So I find it fascinating that says here, was a divine personification of sky, king of the gods, and ancestor of many of the deities in ancient Mesopotamian religion. So I'm going to scroll through so you guys can read a little bit more because it's really mind-blowing stuff here. You can just pause the screen. And also, why are people texting me while I'm trying to do important work here? So there's lots and lots of information on Anu. And what's crazy is this is not something that I deep dive in, nor have I ever researched, nor had I ever heard of Anu, because it's just not my wheelhouse. So for it to come through And the way it did, or the way he did, was just absolutely insane to me. You know, as a trance medium, a lot of times I'm afraid that like I'm making it up or something's coming in or, you know, something's not going to be right that comes through. Talk about trusting the freaking process, because I am just absolutely mind blown at this point. So I want to know, did you get all the way through the video where you know, let me know if you learned anything new or if you have any other insight. Because according to the analytics, people don't watch me more than 2 seconds, which is weird. But let me know what you know about Anu or anything along these lines. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Or if you've had trance mediumship experience where you've brought through deities or people like spirits that you had no idea, but they identify themselves. You don't know who they are until you look them up. Please, please, please share. And if you did stick around this long, thank you. I truly appreciate you.